As your Jesus I come, wearing a coat of many colors, yea, the rainbow colors of light, to refresh you, blessed ones, in the Spirit most holy, to refresh you in the currents of divine love, wisdom, power, and of all the seven rays and more, because you have determined to give your all to God. You have set the course of your lives toward the purity of consciousness of a devotee of the One. And you have graced many others' lives through your givingness, your service, your constancy, your devotion. Therefore it is my privilege to drape upon each of you, so consecrated to this path of light, a replica of my coat of many colors, which I wore in that lifetime as Joseph. And as you have understand that that coat represented the mastery of the seven rays, so as you involve yourself daily in an aspect of this self-same goal of self-mastery through the utilization of and the emanation of these rays, these colored energy fields unto the world, so the Holy Spirit will manifest within your very presence your life, live to God's glory. And blessings will flow, and graces will bestow unto others many essentials of life, for these essences of the Holy Spirit are the essentials of life, the life lived to God's glory. Many of you recall in your higher memory body times when we were one in past civilizations on Venus and other star systems. And the sense of this brother-sisterhood has been an ongoing manifestation of unity, of that oneness that we live within in the presence of God, in the presence of the Holy Spirit. So as you wear these sacred garments during your prayer services consciously, even if you desire having an outer representation of it through some garment, shirt or blouse that you wear that has the multitude of colors of the rainbow, so I will infuse and reinfuse within you with the Holy Spirit these essences divine, this presence sublime, for you to feel always the connection between our hearts, our minds, our spirits, our wills. For when, dearest ones, you feel one with me, I feel that uplift that you send in support of our collective work. And there is reflected back unto you a greater glory of God and blessings untold from the Holy Spirit woo you ever higher as you aspire to that state of being completely in alignment with your source, your God, our great beloved. Again and again, devotees who feel this radiance, who know this truth of beingness in the Holy Spirit's presence, make great progress on their path and ascend daily toward the sun presence of all that is pure, real, and evidently of God and the surety of the spirits hold upon your spirit in a positive and ineluctable way. Yes, precious ones, my mission upon earth was to draw many back to the source of light, of their own God presence, to inculcate within them the sense of worthiness to be a son, a daughter of God again, living in the vitality and in that reverent field of holy glory, of oneness, of truth. And as they walked the way of the initiate, the disciple, so I walked with them and impressed within their minds truths that have been passed down through the ages, even to this day, through this and other dispensations of light. Our brother-sisterhood is strong, even though the dark ones would in some way dissolve it or attempt to disenfranchise various organs within this great and holy collectivity. Remember ye are brethren, you are sisters always, and that though different branches of the brotherhood engage in various ways, slightly differently from one another, the presence of the Holy Spirit is the brooding energy of that divine love that infused within each of these sacred movements of light sustains the greater Antakarana that is overshined by the universal white brotherhood of heaven. So long as you attune to that, dearest ones, your engagements will be real, vital, and true. Your services will be infused with that love that you desire and that you deserve. And each and every one will receive exactly what he or she requires each day to feel fulfilled in that spirit, to be blessed and again graced with that divine love and light. Yea, blessed hearts, I am with you always, even unto the end of your incarnations and mater, and your union with your God at the appropriated time in your ascension. Whether that occurs soon or in the distant future, what is time? What is space? Yet illusory from our perspective in the universality and in the timelessness of God's beingness within the cosmos. Yes, you rely too much upon your watches, your clocks, to tell you the time. I say the time is always ripe to be one with God, to know your source through the sun presence of all that work with that light in heaven and upon earth. And when, within the timeless, spaceless realms of beingness in God's eternal presence, you make contact again with that divine love and allow it to flow through you unencumbered, unabated, the Christ presence is with you, whether through the great ones such as Melchizedek, Enoch, and Abraham, your El Morya, or other beings such as the Master Omram, Peter Dunav, or me, Kathumi, or others whom you love. We are all of the same light. We are all of the same God glory. Our source is the oneness of that eternality and that holy and beautiful spring of light, who is God. O precious ones, I extend unto you these glorified color rays of the rainbow light now. Drink them in, feel them as a fountain of God's grace in your life. Know them as the vivifying rays that will keep you tethered to the holy reality of your true nature, your divine selfhood. And as I also now impregnate the earth with this Christic glory, every man, woman, and child, and every creature upon earth is raised in resurrection's glory. For it is my joy to perform this alchemy on behalf of mankind this day, because God allows it, and I enjoy this sacred work on behalf of all of humanity. Be the light who you are, and enter the realms of God glory each day through your sacred work, where our tryst and our communion is tangible, and your presence and ours is always fresh, clear, and vital. In its reach, in its bounty, and its joyful and childlike splendor on behalf of all life, whom we glorify in the I Am name, now and ever. Thank you, precious ones.